My lawyer said we.
Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. The Spurs happy to be returning to San Antonio after the road trip. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series. It's back to Hill. Left side, Walker. Pass to Williams. 5 on the clock. Fades. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Pass to Tice. Releases. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Morant scanning the floor. Jackson in the corner. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
With the ball in his hands, Ja draws so much defensive attention. Got his teammate a clean look.
And, of course, Jaren Jackson Sr. played in the NBA for over a decade.
And, yes, Jaren Jackson Jr., he talks about watching his dad, learning what it takes to be a professional in this league. That prepared Jackson Jr. to make an impact early on.
And Oladipo, here we go. It's not going to go for him.
Huge challenge at the rim. The defender could not have played that any better.
Pass to Tice. Hill has the open look. Hits the three-point bomb.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
When he's feeling good, he can help you stretch the defense a lot.
Here's Melton. Morant with it. He's picked up by Russell. Back to Jackson. Here's Melton. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well. I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
At the elbow, it's Jackson. The kick out to Oladipo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, this is light work for Oladipo. If the D doesn't force him out of that area, they're done.
A drive by Russell. Morant with it. Pass to Doumbouya. Now Oladipo. He's guarded by Hill. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Brett Hill picks one up.
And that's what happens when you play in attack mode. Oladipo doesn't take no for an answer.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, San Antonio again turning it over. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. He praised D'Angelo Russell's game, saying that he's someone that can take over without warning. Coach told me his floaters, his outside shooting, he can hurt you so many ways. Once he's locked in, there's no stopping him. He can be unorthodox, but he is a special player. Guys?
Thanks, David.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Reed gets the bucket.
Rely on Derek White for good feeds. He plays unselfish heads-up basketball.
And the Grizzlies with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And he knocks down the first one. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. Trailing here by 8. Reed misses.
Yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
It's Brooks on the wing. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Already ahead by double digits, trying to run away and not look back.
And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Screen by Grant. In the corner, it's Morris. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And so it's Memphis. 13 points up at the end of the... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Grizzlies?
They didn't need any time to warm up from long range today. Their three-point shooting has been terrific in the first half.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists. I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge lead with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
Grant outside. Into the lane. And the dunk by Grant.
A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
Here's Bolden. And Grant sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Here's Beasley. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's the screen. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Bolden can't get it to go.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Now, John Morant says in an era of 5-star recruits, he was a no-star recruit coming out of high school. And that put that big chip on his shoulder. Now he has "Beneath No One" tattooed on his arm. He says, "My dad always told me that I was trained to go. Basically, that I'm built for the moment. And guys, his time is now."
Sure is, DA. Thank you. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him #1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Here's Craig.
Oh!
Wow! He went
high. That was nice. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw of the night here. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the jam by Doumbouya.
Coming off the pick, Morant looks to pass, and he is precise with the location.
You look back at that 2019 draft, Zion goes 1, Morant goes 2, and with everything we know about them now, could you imagine having to make that choice today?
That is a tough choice, GA. Or even crazier, could you imagine having both of them on your team? The reason why I say that, as amateurs, they played together in South Carolina. Little did they know at the time, they would be the future of this league.
Beasley with a clean look. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Beasley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. It's Morant with the drive. A wide open look here for Oladipo. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
.109 left to play here in the second quarter. To the right side. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Oladipo. Shot from the top of the key. And it's off the back rim. No good. Spurs trail by 11. Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
2 shots.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
San Antonio shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. It's Oladipo on the wing. Back to Morant. Morant picks up the loose ball, but he was in the backcourt. He'll give it up.
Now, that was a miscue, but I like the poise they played with so far, valuing each possession.
34 seconds left here in the second. It's Russell with the drive.
An unreal athlete. Williams gets off the floor with such ease to power it down.
Up top, Morant. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Now Russell. Driving inside. Tice, no one around him. And the slam dunk by Russell.
Displaying superb leaping ability. Russell's electric in the air for someone his size.
And we finished one half of basketball. Grizzlies lead. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. One half to go. Here's Morant. Jackson down low. Morant left side. Just 5 on the clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Here's Doumbouya. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
The defender took away the airspace, crowded him. That changed the shot.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And you see Russell taking the hit on that shot. Great body control. Potential and one.
We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Tice. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Tice has got himself on the board with 3 there. It's stolen by Hill. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Memphis making a change here. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. It's Russell with the drive. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Russell's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Oladipo. And he uses the glass on the layup. Oladipo's got 10.
Just sheer determination. The contact was there, but Oladipo showing real toughness gutting through it.
Memphis leading by 4. Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And the defense knows he's relentless. You have to try and match that intensity.
Hill, no good. And so it's Memphis with it. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. We'll start a 3-game homestand with that game.
This guy is exciting to watch. Morant gets up and dunks it.
Outside, Russell. Shoots the 3. That one doesn't go. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. A 3-pointer is right on target. Melton's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Back to White. Johnson in the corner. 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. And it's Noel with the rebound. Memphis leading by 10. Here's Morant. Out to the right wing. Here's Craig. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And that one's good. Noel.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Reed. Outside White. Beasley outside. Good on the triple. Beasley's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for San Antonio.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
Offensive rebound. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And San Antonio called for the foul. It's his first trip to the line. First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Spurs. 11-point game. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand.
Love how active Derek White is on offense. Good at making defenders question their decisions.
He's off on the second. Memphis leading by 10. On the wing, Morris. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Memphis moving it around. Craig, good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
White looking around. And the layup is good.
I really like the toughness and effort White brings to the game. Nice play off contact.
John Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Memphis Grizzlies. He notched 8 points in the quarter and had... And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Spurs trail by 11. Here's Russell. It falls for his 5th field goal tonight. Now shooting 5 for 8.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
On the wing, Morris. Pass to Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Here's Reed. Ball's knocked loose. Outside Russell. Here's Bolden. He's covered by Grant. Outside Russell. Clock is at 3. Here's Bolden. The rebound by Grant.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Grant outside. And Grant slams it home.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Back to Russell. There's the pick. He can't hit that time. And Memphis the other way now. Pass to Grant. Driving to the basket. And the dunk by Grant.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
The drive by Russell. Here's Johnson. And the layup's good off the glass.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Here's Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, our man is going for the jugular.
Yep, that one goes in there.
You know, as ice cold as he was in the first half, that's how hot he has been since the break. No one can match up with him right now.
The dunk with a foul on top of it. So strong.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
One thing that stood out all game is the consistent penetration they've gotten.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
The drive by Russell. Here's Reed. Off target with his three.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And simply look at how Oladipo is built. Dude has a huge upper body. It is hard to check that.
And he's good on the second. Game continues to evolve, Greg. Any changes in particular that you do not like?
That's a great question. You know, I'd like to see the replay review streamlined a little bit better. I wouldn't mind a touch more physicality being allowed in the game, but as much as we tend to complain, the one thing I have learned is if you're honest, you go back, we always complain. I don't care what the era is. Nobody's ever truly happy, and I'm not going to spend all my time worrying about that stuff, partner. I'm just going to enjoy the game that we are all so fortunate enough to be able to watch.
Totally agree. White goes in. Here's Tice. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Grizzlies.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for John Morant.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Doumbouya. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here are the Spurs with the ball. They trail by 18. White goes in, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one's on Morant.
Off the dribble, White can be dangerous. He's good at taking advantage of driving lanes.
Both shots good from the stripe. And here's Morant. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he drives in. Outside for Jackson. Pass to Hill. Banked in off the glass.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Now here's Morant. They set the pick. Always going up for the alley-oop here.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look